There is a moment that happens when a mother starts becoming more aware and no one really warns you about it. So you start to slow down, you start noticing patterns, your reactions, your kids' responses, your role. And at first, it feels like growth, but then it's almost like something shifts. And instead of awareness leading into clarity, it actually turns into this interrogation. See, you start asking questions that don't actually move your life forward. Questions like, did I do enough? Did I miss something important? Did I mess them up? And if I had only known then what I know now, would things be different? And without realizing it, you are no longer reflecting. You are putting yourself on trial. And this, I can tell you, isn't humility and it isn't responsibility. It's what we call over responsibility. Now, I want to say this very clearly. Not all self-reflection is healthy. Not all accountability requires interrogation. And at a certain point, reflection stops being learning and actually starts being about control. Control over the past, control over the meaning, control over these outcomes you cannot change. And here's the truth. You cannot audit your way into peace. And if replaying your past made you a better mother now, it would have worked by now. See, for a lot of mothers, interrogation actually feels responsible because responsibility got defined as if I don't keep questioning myself, I'm being careless. So what do? You keep scanning your memory. You're replaying these conversations, reevaluating decisions, not because new information is coming in, but because your nervous system doesn't trust rest. See, rest feels irresponsible. Peace feels almost suspicious. And that didn't come from nowhere. It came from being the one who had to always think ahead, the one who carried the consequences, the one who couldn't afford to miss things. So awareness didn't know when to stop. See, it never learned the difference between responsibility and punishment. Now, here is the distinction that changes everything. Interrogation asks, what did I do wrong? Where did I fail? How do I make sense of what already happened? Where ownership asks one question in the present, which is, what does my awareness require of me now? And I can tell you that shift in questions matters. See, one of the questions collapses inward while the other moves forward. Ownership is active, where interrogation, it is static. And I hear this from mothers all the time. I'm healing, but I have a tendency to now question everything. See, they've learned about the nervous system, about emotional safety, about boundaries. And instead of feeling grounded, they actually feel a little destabilized. See, they think that if I raise my voice, did I permanently wire something wrong? If I didn't regulate perfectly, did I damage them? But here's the truth. Human beings are not that fragile. And children are shaped by patterns, not moments. By presence over time, not isolated mistakes. By repair, not perfection. Living like every misstep was catastrophic is not accountability. It is fear asking for certainty that it will never, ever get. And see, this is the part that many people miss. Self-analysis can actually become a coping strategy. It feels productive. It feels responsible. It feels like control. But while you're reviewing the past, you're not fully living in the present. And the present is the only place where repair, growth, and connection can actually happen. See, your child doesn't need a mother who keeps reviewing the footage. They need a mother who is here, present with them. So if you're watching this and realizing that you have been interrogating yourself in the name of responsibility, I don't want you to stop being honest. I want you to stop being cruel. Because, see, awareness is meant to inform your life, not imprison it. And ownership, it doesn't ask you to live on trial. It asks you to live awake. And you are allowed to take responsibility without turning your past into some crime scene. And you're allowed to show up differently now without disowning the mother that you were. Because that's where it ends with you.